Did Ynw Melly really murder his friends? Interestingly, many of his fans don't want this allegation to be true, that he murdered his friends. If he actually did, then he will end up with life imprisonment or possibly on death row. Sadly, that would mean that the world would literally lose him, leaving us with no more Ynw Melly. Ynw Melly has been considered one of the most prominent and enthusiastic rappers to come from the state of Florida. His song Murder on My Mind, How Ironic, catapulted his rap career to instant success, making him a household name within the music industry. Funny but true, weird but also true, YNW literally means Young Nigga World. For the past few years, Ynw Melly's music has brightly and boldly resonated with lovers of rap music throughout the world. This guy, extremely talented for sure, has showcased his definitively niche music. So it is little wonder that he established a strong bond and general business relationship with YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie, already starlets in their own right. These amazing and exceptional songwriters, rappers, singers, and musicians seem to have found each other through their just plain love of music. This trio consists of young black men originating from inner city neighborhoods. They were relatively the same age and were equally intent on breaking into the rap game. Ultimately, the three became astonishingly famous. And now, with the trio maximizing their earning potential, one can only wonder why Ynw Melly has been accused of murdering YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser. According to news reports, it appears that the prosecutors on this case are seeking the death penalty. At least these were the facts of the case on October 26, 2018. Allegedly, Ynw Melly, YNW Juvie, YNW Sack Chaser, and Henry Colton were in a car. It seems that the events that transpired that day have become the subject for debate. In the wee hours of October 26, 2018, all that is known is that YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser were rushed to Memorial Hospital and were listed as dead on arrival. Little is known to be factual, yet it was stated by Ynw Melly and Henry Colton that YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser were shot as a result of a drive-by shooting. Further, it is alleged that all four men were in the car when an unknown assailant drove by their vehicle and opened fire on their car, striking YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser. Wow, this is where it gets ugly. Well, ultimately, this is precisely why all of the forensic evidence could be considerably damning. Wow. According to the investigators, the forensic evidence at the actual crime scene was exposed through cell phone records. Further, the K9 search revealed that there were no other vehicles present at the time of the shooting. Well, look at this, guys. Does this not contradict Ynw Melly and Henry Colton's claim that it was a drive-by shooting? YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie both died of gunshot wounds. Ynw Melly claimed that the gunshot wounds were a direct result of a drive-by shooting. Yet, according to the medical examiner who conducted an autopsy on the two slain young men, the gunshot wounds appear to be, and I quote, inconsistent with a drive-by shooting. Here you have it. The gunshot wounds are actually consistent with the men being shot at close range. And look at this. The gunshots came from inside the vehicle and not from outside. Also, according to the crime scene investigator, the gunshots came from Ynw Melly's direction, specifically where he was seated in the car, which is in the right seat behind the driver's seat alongside Ynw Juvie. Sack Chaser was seated in the passenger seat of the front cabin of the Jeep, while Henry Colton was in the driver's seat. Interestingly, what is further damning is that the police discovered a single gunshot casing inside of the vehicle. Is this not consistent with what was later determined to be a .40 caliber gun which was used to shoot the victims? Does this not further substantiate the claim that the gunshots came from within the car versus outside? Amazing how the trajectory analysis of the vehicle showed that the path of the bullet, right to left, did not match the victim's wounds, left to right. Even more notable is the fact that neither Ynw Melly or Henry Colton were struck or grazed under the barrage of bullets through open fire that had been claimed were fired from an unidentified assailant or enemy. As gruesome or disturbing as this may sound, Anthony Williams, known as Ynw Stack Chaser, sustained gunshot wounds to his head and torso. Christopher Thomas Jr., also known as Ynw Juvie, sustained several gunshot wounds to his back and head. Moreover, there existed text messages sent by Ynw Melly to a then girlfriend roughly 2 weeks following the murder that read, and I quote, "This nigga saved my life. He coming everywhere with me because of them crackers come grab him. It's my fault. You forgot? And I keep Bolton with me because at the end of the day, he did one of the realest shit in my life." So what do you all make of these statements? Could they be in reference to a murder? It seems to me that these statements are highly interpretable and could be written in many different contexts. So to reiterate again, the police are stating that these text messages confirm that Colton was an accessory after the fact, and the police believe that Ynw Melly was the lone gunman, with Henry Colton helping to stage the victims after death by removing evidence that would link the duo to the murders of Ynw Juvie and Ynw Sack Chaser. So now you have it. The death of Ynw Juvie and Ynw Sack Chaser that happened nearly 2 years ago has changed the lives of many, the victim's family as well as the accused. What about the four mothers who live in anguish? Two mothers lost their sons to gun violence, and now two other mothers live in fear that they may lose their sons to the penitentiary. Four young men who grew up together and were friends and bandmates, all seen just moments prior to this catastrophe at a recording studio. Ynw Melly is only 20 years old. Has anyone bothered to consider the fact that neither of these four men ever lived to see a quarter of a century? In my opinion, the murder case of Ynw Melly will become the trial of the century, outshining the O.J. Simpson trial, and the hip-hop community will be at the vanguard of the fiasco. Many people have been rooting for Ynw Melly, not believing that he is guilty because many fans vicariously felt that Ynw Melly's wins were wins of their own. Ynw has been seen as an emerging rap icon, a black man who rose above poverty, beating all odds that plague children who come from single black mothers. Well, to all of you listening to this, may Ynw Sack Chaser and Ynw Juvie rest in peace. These young men were so filled with promise, and their lives were cut short under an unforeseen barrage of gunfire. To update you, the latest report states that the motive was allegedly based on monetary gain, yet this motive appears to be open to debate. Police have not gone into detail or provided any specifics with respect to exactly how Ynw Melly would have profited from the death of his bandmates, Ynw Juvie or Ynw Sack Chaser. Figure that one out, guys. So how about if all of you present me with a public opinion statement? Do you truly believe that Ynw Melly is guilty of this heinous crime, or do you believe he is innocent? Get back to me with your thoughts and opinions. Feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and share. See ya.